Hello, everyone. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Adam. Adam is from England in the UK. So let's see what Adam has to say. Enjoy the interview. So, hello, Adam. How are you?
I'm very well. Yourself?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time this evening for the interview. Thank you.
You're very welcome. It's nice to connect with new people.
Amazing. So tell me, how was your day today?
Busy. Been a long day at work, and then forgot I had a sports therapy session. So I had to go get waxed and massaged and a bit of sports therapy. As I've got a little bit older, I've realised it's more important to take care of your body, and it'll take care of you.
Totally. So I'm sure you feel very relaxed right now after that.
Yeah, too much, too relaxed. Yeah.
So tell me, where are you from, Adam?
I live in a little town called Driffield, which is on the east coast.
In England, I believe.
Yeah, I'm in England. It's about 20 miles inland from the coast, which is nice. Like our town is just like literally one street is all our shops.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Wow.
It's not a huge place, but then it's quite nice that it's not a huge place.
And that's the place where you were born and raised?
No. I was born over in Bradford, West Yorkshire.
I see.
So I come from hustle and bustle to a nice quiet town, and yeah, I enjoy it.
And how far are you from London right now?
From London?
Yeah.
If I was to jump on a train, I'd be there in about 4 hours.
Okay.
Do you know where Hull is?
Yes, I've been there actually.
You've been to Hull?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm
I've been there.
40 minutes inland from Hull.
You know what? A friend of mine, I used to live with a friend with him, and he lives. His family is from Scunthorpe.
Scunthorpe?
Yeah, Scunthorpe. I don't know if you heard of it. It's a very small town.
Yeah. It's quite far away from me, Scunthorpe. Yeah.
I remember I have this actually my one of my main pictures on Facebook was I took in Hull, I was by where they have this place where the seaside you can see a little bit, so it was like one of the main places in Hull, and I remember take a picture there. And tell me, what do you do for work, for living, Adam?
I have 3 jobs. I'm a window fitter.
Okay.
I'm a personal trainer. And I've just took on a football coaching role for my little lads football team.
Oh, wow. You're a busy man.
I absolutely love it. I started about a year ago, and yeah, it's proper ignited a fire back inside me, which I had when I was younger. So I used to be passionate about football coaching. Obviously, life gets in the way. You moved on different journeys.
Of course.
And then to go back to it and build that relationship and the connections with the kids, it's phenomenal.
That's amazing. And tell me a little bit about your personal trainer career, how everything started.
I used to work nights for a supermarket. Then I put on quite a bit of weight, drinking copious amount of energy drinks and bad food. So I piled on a load of weight and realised it wasn't the person who I was meant to be. And it kind of like sparked into a bit of a self-development journey and self-awareness and becoming the person who ultimately I believe I am deep down. And now fitness has become part of my identity. It's what people know me for. And you carry yourself in a different attitude when you prioritize your health and fitness. Like it transgresses so far into other areas of your life. Like you do become a different person.
Totally. Yeah, I think fitness, it's such a way for us to, not just getting fit, but for your mental health, for your life. You think straight better. The way you think, it's much happier. There's something about training, exercising that brings this good vibe for sure. Amazing. Great.
My life has changed over the years. I focus more on longevity now. Being a father, it's more important for me to be physically fit and active for as long as I can. I used to look after those with Alzheimer's dementia, I did that for 10 years. So I've
Wow.
seen the other side of the spectrum later in life when people start slowing down and unfortunately to come to the end of their life. I've been part of that journey. So it's
Yeah.
made me more and more appreciative of everything I've got and the health I've got and the life I've got now.
Amazing. Okay, so during the interview, I'm going to explore a bit more about your life and also about your journey so far, okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through memories in life and share your point of views?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Told you, I'm an open book.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend. Full of random fun questions. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play a song just for us to relax before the first question, okay?
Yep.
Let's do it. Right, so before we start the game, during the join, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Yep, perfect.
Right, first question is, do you think your priorities have changed since you were younger?
100%.
Tell me how.
I think as a evolving adult and human, I think priorities change consistently every single day. Like you have to evolve, and like if I could go back to the 18-year-old version of me, I could teach that person a hell of a lot and tell them where to direct and what to focus on now. But you can't look at your past as a bad time. It's just been part of your journey, and every single day you learn from the people you meet, the places you go to.
Totally.
One of my biggest mantras in life is to leave every place better than you found it, and leave every person better for meeting you.
Wow, it's a good one. Saying that, when you think about yourself, when you think about Adam, what's the biggest joy of being you? What do you like the most about being Adam?
Two things really. I'm a future husband and I'm a father.
Wow, that's a big one.
I have an amazing children. I have an amazing supporting partner, and I could not be the person I am today without them. And I live in service. Like I want to serve her, my future wife, as the best person I can be for her. And I want to be the best father I can to my children for them and give them the best start to their journeys.
Wow.
I having a dad who's non-judgmental, who's supportive, who just likes to be around them.
Oh, sweet. How old is your kids?
I've got 16, I've got 15, I've got 10, and I've got 5. 2 boys and 2 girls.
Oh my God, big family. Oh, wow.
Big family. I don't look that old, I know.
Love it. Yeah, I think like having kids, they are around, I'm sure you know very well. My God, what an amazing, place to be, for sure. Wow.
I'm content, like, in life right now. I'm not a millionaire. I'd never want to be a millionaire. But I am rich in life. My soul is nourished.
Oh, sweet. Very sweet. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, next question for you is, what does happiness mean to you?
Happiness to me is... There's a few different areas to my happiness. One area is connectivity. Mm-hmm. So I like to feel connected to the people around me and those closest dear to me.
Yep.
Get what they need and have what they need from me. So, like I say, my life is full of service at the moment. And my health brings me a lot of happiness. And my spiritualism, not as in religion, but as in just trying to help the fellow person, whether it's your neighbour, whether it's the person down the road, whether it's that little old lady who needs something passing off a shelf, whether it's somebody who randomly slides into my Instagram DM who needs help or a version of me which I can help with. Like when I'm at the local gym, if there's a few people there who need support or help, just Like, if you live in service to help others, like, you will be happy, like, a lot of the time. Like,
Tot-
there's time when I'm not happy, but then that's the deep reflection time where you look deep in yourself and you remind yourself what's around you and what you've got. Because 90% of the time, people forget what's right under the noses.
Totally. Saying that, do you think happiness is a choice?
Oh, 100%.
Why is that?
Happiness is a choice because it's like having a high frequency vibe in life. Like, when you're in a positive mindset and you always look for the silver lining, like, everything can be changed. Like, if I woke up every single day thinking, right, there's a grey cloud outside, I'm staying indoors, I'm not going out, I'm not going to look after myself. Like, it's all choices. Life is choices and actions. When you make the right actions, make the right choices, you go in the right direction. Growing up where I grew up on a bit of a rough estate, like, if I'd have carried on making those choices and those actions, I wouldn't be the person I am today, sharing my life online for people to resonate. And I tell people all the time, I am not special. I have my own struggles, I have my own battles, but what I don't do is stay stuck.
Yeah. Yeah, I think all of us, we have those, life sometimes, through us challenge moments, and the same time as well. I think everything what comes to us, we need to take it, try to understand. Sometimes I know it's not easy because sometimes it can be very tough. However, when you look back, go like, okay, now I understand why that happened to me or why I went through that. Saying that, tell me a life lesson that life has taught you that you feel very grateful for.
Excuse me. I think one of the life lessons people can take away from is that your mind makes everything worse than what it actually is.
Oh.
So your mind has this very scary program designed in it where you think worst case scenario. So if you've ever been through a breakup, where you've ever lost a job, like, I've been homeless in the past, and literally, like, when you start from rock bottom and build yourself back up, like, there's no other feeling like it, because then you look back on that and think, I don't know how I got through that, but you do.
Yeah.
And it's surrounding yourself with the right people. It's putting yourself in the right situations, because you have to be connected and supported by people who are, I like the expression of finding your tribe. So you find those, like, in other podcasts I've done, I've always quoted, kings look after kings and queens look after queens. You have to sell yourself as a king and a queen.
Wow.
Because you are building your own empire.
Totally. Wow.
But you need to remember that a king eats first and a queen eats first. So you have to look after yourself. And when you put yourself in that best position, you can give a better version of yourself to others.
Wow. Very good one. Next question. Ready?
Yeah, perfect, yeah.
Let's do it. Like dancing, Adam?
I do, but not when I'm sober.
and not when you see a crazy man dance in front of you without music. Eh?
No, you go for it. You enjoy your moment.
I'm joking. Before the next question, tell me, what's the biggest joy of being a football coach?
The biggest joy of being a football coach is the relationship and the rapport you grow with the children and how they look up to you. I remember when I was a kid, I had football coaches and I had 4 positive role models, all in their own different ways. And I feel like I am a positive role model for my little superheroes.
Oh.
And I like commenting on the Facebook pages. I like seeing them. I like the high fives. And it's such a nice feeling that kids are just so happy to see you every week.
Wow.
And they just want to tell you what they've been up to. They want to see what, like, and the parents are like, oh, yeah. We was talking about you at home the other day. And it's like, great. Like, I'm so glad. Like, cheers, I appreciate it. Or when you see them in the supermarket, you just hear someone shout your name. And you're just like, all right, how are you doing?
That's amazing. Yeah, I think, kids, sports, again, sports and kids, I think it brings the best of you because you are around them and you just see this vibe, this energy. I'm sure you feel very recharged every time when you go there to be around them for sure.
It's not work. Like
Yeah,
I can't ever see it as work. Like it's same as when I worked in care homes. Working
yeah,
in a care home was not work for me. I could go
yeah.
do a 12-hour shift. I could be laughing and joking at the end of it.
I
Don't
see.
matter what you do, like just live in service is all I can preach to people.
Amazing. Next question is, describe yourself in one positive and one negative word only.
Negative, I would say overthinker.
Okay,
Positive, I would say happy.
I see. Tell me something. What's your star sign astrology?
Me, I'm a Taurus. I'm the bull.
Oh, so you are in April or May?
I'm in May.
May. Wow. So your birthday was not long ago.
No. I enjoyed my birthday. Yeah, it was nice.
Oh, wow. Tell me something. What was the highlight of your birthday this year?
The highlight of my birthday was good food and good company.
It couldn't be better.
I don't need gifts. I've got to a stage in my life where if I want a shiny object, I can buy it myself.
Aging for you is something that bothers you, or you just see it as a matter of life?
The best way I can describe it is I feel better in my 30s than I did in my 20s. I feel better in my 30s than I did in my teens. So if I feel better in my 40s than I did in my 30s, I know I'm going the right way.
Wow. I love that. Amazing. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, next question for you is, what was your best friend's name growing up, and why did you consider this person as your best friend at the time?
It was a gentleman called Jamie. I won't say his last name, but me and him was like brothers from different families. As soon as we met each other, we just always had each other's back. We always just wanted to be around each other. My household was quite a poor household. His was not wealthy, but not wealthy.
Okay.
His dad used to take us away to like football trips and go watch teams and just have adventures, really. And then me and Jamie went and started the same football team, went to the same school, was in the same social groups, like literally just around each other constantly.
Wow.
And then my other best friend was a gentleman called Terry, and literally I am still in contact with him every other day. I've known him 27 years.
Wow.
And I had the pleasure of seeing him getting married. Like, I've seen that guy grow from a young kid to now this just amazing human being he's become now. It's just heartwarming to see his journey and to still remain part of it.
Wow. And tell me, as I could see your eyes shining when you talk about your wife in the beginning of the interview, so tell me, how did you path cross for the first time, if you can share?
My future wife, funny story is we met in a care home.
Wow. So
I was dancing with one of the residents, as you do, and they had some live music playing. And I was dancing with this particular lady, and God's honest truth, I felt like a bit of a breeze or something on the back of my neck. And I turned around and she was stood there. And I was that nervous to talk to her. I told her to sit down and paint her eyebrows back on. And it just reminded me of being back at school, you know, you see that really, really good looking girl. You don't have the heart to go and talk to her. You don't know what to say. And then she sat down, and I remember moving to 4 or 5 different locations just to have a different look at her.
Wow.
And then one of the ladies I worked with, she was like, Adam, can I have a chat with you? I was like, yeah. She's like, she really, really likes you. She like really, really likes you. I was like, nah, it's not me,
Oh,
it's not me. She's like, no, she really likes you.
oh,
And yeah, like we started seeing each other. And then 5 weeks after, I asked her to move in. So I told him my house didn't feel the same without her there.
wow,
Coming back from being homeless and rebuilding the house from nothing, and then to have this other person come in, which I told myself like I'd never leave myself that vulnerable to where someone can make me homeless again. To be like, nah,
wow,
like this person, like I just want to be around her. I just want to know more about her. I just want to see her. She makes me a
wow,
better person.
wow.
And like I still fancy the pants off her.
Wow.
I love her
Okay.
smile.
Okay, so she's watching this interview right now and have a moment, an opportunity to send her a message. What would you say? She's watching?
If she's watching it right now, I just tell her I love her. I could not do life without her.
Oh,
And she's currently at her mum's, sleeping there tonight. And yeah, it feels strange being here without her.
oh, that's sweet. Very sweet for sure, Adam.
It's like yin and yang. When you know and you connect with that person. I know my grandparents used to say, when you know, you know.
Yeah, that's so
And
true.
I always thought it was a myth. But you are meant to find your yin and yang. And when you find that person, you don't have to force it, you don't have to try. They don't want you to change. They accept you for you. And you bring out best of both sides.
Totally. Wow, amazing. I can see her smiling right now watching this interview.
Hopefully, I would like to call me a sloppy bugger.
3 questions left. Let's do it. Okay, next question for you is talking about relationship. Tell me, what do you think people need to know about each other before they get married? Good question for you.
I think people get caught up on the past. The past is the past. People can change. And going into this relationship, I just wanted trust and honesty from throughout.
Mm-hmm.
Like no drama, no games, no nothing. Because like I'm not about that life. She's not about that life. We've both been hurt in the past. And I almost say like you want to have like an adult relationship. If you feel like the need to message other people, you're not in the right relationship.
Yes.
And as a male or a female, don't put yourself in situations where the other person's going to be concerned or even consider that your mindset's not right.
Yeah. I think, relationship, it's a maintenance every single day, as you know very well. And I think, as you mentioned, when you meet this person, you just know it's the right person. However, you're going to get to know, it's going to be up and downs, and it's like a journey every day. But when you know that's the right person, somehow you work together and go, in the right way for sure. That's how I see as well.
And people need to realize that they cannot always be right.
Totally.
We have different opinions, and sometimes you just need to compromise.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you need to swallow your pride.
Yeah.
Because pride and stubbornness are what break a lot of relationships. Rather than someone saying, do you know what? I agree with you. Yeah. Or I can see your point of view. I wouldn't particularly see it that way, but I can understand why you think it's that way. And it's just the art of communication and just, they say it's a relationship's ever evolving. It's always moving.
Totally.
And spend that quality time, like me and my future wife, like we literally block time in our diaries to have quality time. So there's no distractions, there's no nothing, whether it's we're going for a walk, whether it's we're having a movie night, whether it's, you know what, I fancy a few drinks tonight.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just having a few drinks on the sofa, put some music on and just talk about absolute anything.
It's beautiful. That's quality time for sure. Yeah, when you give the time for the other, when you are there in your presence, without the busy life that we have. So I think I totally understand your point for sure.
Time is the most valued commodity,
Absolutely.
And you need to treat it like money. And
Yep.
if you go give it out cheaply, you'll never be rich. But when you start looking at time as your bank account, give it out to where you know you're going to get a good return and where you're going to make the best investment.
Totally. 2 questions left. Let's do it. Before the next question, as you mentioned at the beginning of the interview, you've been a football. By the way, who you support in the football club?
Bradford City.
Okay.
We've just re-promoted, so I'm happy.
Amazing. Okay, so as you are a football lover, so tell me 3 names of 3 football players of all time that you always been a big fan, you always been inspired by, that for you always was a name. 3 names.
First one is Steven Gerrard.
Okay.
So an amazing footballer all the way through his career. Loyal footballer, stayed to one club, didn't chase the money. I think he's been a bit hard done by his managerial career. I don't think he's got the chance which some of the others should have allowed him to. Because he knows his stuff. Another footballer is Cristiano Ronaldo.
Wow.
Not because of all the lights and the glamour, just because of how he takes care of himself.
Yes.
That bloke is nearly 40 and he's got the metabolic age of a 20-year-old.
Totally.
And he's still setting records. He's still putting the world alight. He's still performed in some of the top leagues in the world.
It's incredible. Yeah.
And like, look at the condition of the bloke.
Yeah.
And he's so down to earth. Like, he doesn't just let his son have the world. He has to earn it. He has to train.
Yep.
I've seen videos of him watching his son, and he's not overcritical on his son, but he knows he needs to have his son switched on and driven.
Totally.
So they're 2 what stick out straight away. And the last one is Ronaldinho.
Ooh.
Because just that guy's flavour on the pitch, bearing in mind his own, I don't know how much you know of his story, but his brother handled a lot of his finances. So Ronaldinho wasn't really aware of what he was earning. He just wanted to play the ball.
Yes.
But even when he got crunched or challenged or hurt, he still got up.
Totally.
And even now, obviously, he still plays now, but like that bloke, his family life was so shockingly bad. Yeah. But he still turned up. He still had a smile. He still wanted to entertain. And he made it about football.
It's a Brazilian thing. I'm from Brazil, so I know what you mean. We have this, this way of approaching life and things in a positive way. Okay, so one day, you're going to wake up in the morning with 3 missed calls on your phone from those 3 players you just mentioned right now. Which one you call back straight away? Which one you send a message? I'll call you back later. And the 3rd one, you don't call back, you don't send a message, you just go like, I can talk to him another time. Tell me.
So the call back anytime would be Steven Gerrard.
Straight away?
Ronaldinho, I'd send a text. And I'd call Cristiano Ronaldo back.
Ooh, by the way, 3 of them there watch this interview right now, okay?
You can watch it, like, I'm happy. Like,
I love it.
Ronaldo's he's just a goat, isn't he? I know everyone says about, obviously, him and Messi, but they've both shared the status, they've both shared the platform.
Yeah.
Just Ronaldo's done it at a different level. Like, Messi's good, but he's not done it in every league. He's not scored nearly 1,000 goals.
2 big gods, let's say, like in football, 2 big ones that's always going to be there. Next question is, what's your funniest memory of your time at school?
It's probably after PE one day. Someone ran over and pulled my shorts down. I just stood there. I was just carried on walking.
Oops.
Because What else are you meant to do in that moment?
These people was pointing out, look at him, look at him, look at him.
Yeah, you know, if you're gonna cower, you're gonna be nervous, you're gonna be shy, then.
Do you like school growing up?
I did. I suffered from dyslexia, so sports was always my outlook.
Right.
I wish if I could have gone back now, I'd probably apply myself a lot more than what I did. Because I used to tell people I was dyslexic, thinking that I'd get like a free pass or a hall pass.
Right.
But when I was younger, if you said you had dyslexia, people went like there was something wrong with you.
I know.
But it's like there's nothing wrong with me. I'll just learn in a different way. If you actually understand learning styles, like I am a kinesthetic learner, I learn by doing.
See.
And then when I went and did my personal training course, that was almost like a personal battle against myself to pass a degree of that level of understanding.
Uh-huh.
But then I always tell myself it's like putting on different hats. So if you was one of my clients and we had a check-in, I almost put like this different invisible hat on because you get a different side of me. You get the personal trainer, Adam.
I see. All right. Last question. Ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Last question. But before the last question, people watch this interview right now. Maybe they would like to start, a journey with you as your the job that you offer as an online coach. What's something about your work, about your training that stands out compared with other people?
I don't sell quick results. I'm not here to give you a quick fix. I'm not here to sell you a dream because they're all fantasies. What I can do, instead of me giving you a fish, is I can teach you how to fish. So then you can fish for a very long time. And you can also help your family and your children with the disciplines and the rules I give you. So it's not only impacting your life, it's impacting future generations because they're going to watch you and the habits you ingrain in your life. And then that's going to become their new normal. So if people want a 12-week plan, a quick fix to lose a couple of pounds, I am not your guy. If people want to work with me and learn about longevity, being the best version of themselves, if they are a dad or a parent who thinks they struggle on time, who people think that sometimes it's just the simple stuff. Are you drinking enough? Are you walking enough? Do you want to eat this? Do you not? Because I don't overly restrict my clients. Because life is for living. Like, you're not going to eat chicken, rice and broccoli 4 times a day out of a plastic Tupperware tub because you've seen some person on Instagram do it. Because Instagram's not life.
Totally. Yeah, I think
and that's what I offer. That's what I offer to clients and anybody who goes onto my page and they read through my testimonials. It reflects that.
Totally. Amazing. Okay. Last question is, if you had only 24 hours of life, what would you do?
24 hours, well, given the job I used to do, I know exactly what I'd do. I would spend it with my nearest and dearest. I would not get upset. I would not cry. I would entertain. I would smile. I'd want to celebrate. And I'd go take my last breath knowing that my family have what they need to live on without me. Just knowing that I've helped them along their journey.
Amazing.
And when you can't be scared of your final breath because it's always going to happen. Ever since you take your first one, your last one's always there. You don't know when it's going to be. This year, I took out life insurance, which is the first thing I've done in years. And I've got so much comfort knowing that my family are covered.
Wow.
And I urge anybody who's watching this who has a family to get covered. Because the last thing you want to do is, when I lost my mother, she had nothing.
Wow.
The family had to cover the costs. She had no possessions to help, really. She wasn't set up for the journey she had.
Wow.
So that was a big learning curve. So this year, obviously, I took it upon myself not to think of me, but to think of those.
Wow. Beautiful. Love that. Okay, Adam, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game, okay? I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay?
Yeah, word association, yeah.
Yes. One word for money.
Time.
Fear.
Doubt.
Religion.
Spiritualism.
Life.
Vibes.
Family.
Pull.
Say again?
Pull.
Okay. Love.
Is life.
One word for politics.
Not for me.
Your face said everything. Sex.
Passion.
Regret.
Not needed.
Desire.
Greed.
Success.
Confidence.
Wish.
Imagination.
Happiness.
Is life again, yeah. Happiness is life.
Okay. One word for England.
Family.
One word for football.
Energy.
And the last one now, online coaching. One word.
Passion.
Amazing. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your partner for a coffee, and I'm going to ask her, what's the most beautiful thing about Adam? And also, what's something that he still needs to work on to improve on? What should say?
Something about me is my energy. And something I need to work on is stop overthinking and procrastinating.
Good point. A good point for sure. And actually, they walk together, overthinking and procrastinating. You know what I mean? I can tell because I can be overthinker as well. And sometimes you procrastinate things that you need to do because you are spending too much time overthinking. I get it. I totally understand.
We only have a certain amount of mental bandwidth per day. So don't waste it.
Just do it.
Like, every day is a new day, it's a new chapter, it's a new chance. Like I said, every room you walk into, every time you walk down the street, you're going to see somebody new or different.
Totally.
Don't waste your opportunity to connect with new people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you never know. I think connect with people is a way for you to, to open your umbrella. You know what I mean? There's always opportunities, friendships, connection, networking. That's what it's about. For sure.
Different ways of life, like the way you might do something might be different to the way I do something, but your way might be better than my way. So you can learn and improve, and it's amazing.
Sharing experiences, I think that's how I see. Right, let's play now, Adam, in the magic box, and you can ask me a question. So you can ask me a question now, Adam.
My question to you is, how did you start your journey of these interviews and why?
Good question. 2020, when the world went upside down with the COVID situation?
Yeah.
Before that, I was already thinking about, creating a channel where I could connect with people, I could express myself, I could let people express themselves as well. But I didn't know what I could do. I didn't know because, as you know, there's so many creativity people around on social media with beautiful podcasts and doing different things. And I just want to do something different, something unique, something that I could, be my true self. So remember when you could leave the house once a day for exercise? You could leave the house like for an hour. And I was going for a run every afternoon. And one of those runs, this idea came along. I remember the moments, I remember the place, and I remember because I was literally running, again, back to exercise, how much it brings the best when you're doing exercise.
Yeah.
And I remember like running, and suddenly this idea came along, and I stopped for a minute, and I was like, oh my God, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create, a channel where I can create some questions, random questions, research some questions, and literally ask random people online around the globe and see their point of views, see their opinion, and see, what they think about it, life. And that's how it started, literally in a run in the park. And so the idea always been there, as a teenager back in Brazil. When I look back now, I remember like I was always asking my colleagues, who was your favorite teacher? What's your favorite color? I was doing that already, but of course, not in the camera, in front of the camera. But so yeah, that's how it started. And sometimes, you you keep asking yourself, what I came to this world for? What's my talent? What's something that I can do? And sometimes it's already here, but you don't know. And I'm so grateful, during the COVID, I was really in a bad place because I felt anxious. I didn't know what was happening. But at the same time as well, I took time to reflect on myself because I was being very proactive. Yeah, my days always like on the go. I love cinema. I love going to the movies. I love, working out, exercise, meeting. But I'm thankful for doing that time because it was the only time where I was locked. I couldn't do anything else. I was locked. And that was the moment that I reflect about myself. And that's how this idea came along during that time for sure. So yeah, that's how I started the show.
Yeah, I've got such a different experience with COVID because I worked all the way through COVID.
Wow.
Working in a care home, like, was literally in there on the ground up, like fighting it from within, really.
I can imagine. Wow.
I know when people tell me like they got furloughed, they got full pay for being off work, and I'm like, well, great. Like, obviously, nobody knew what it was or how it could affect, how it could spread, how quickly it could spread. And I think if we had to redo it all over, I think we'd have a better fighting chance now.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a different world. Like, you think that was, what, 5 years ago now?
It doesn't feel like it's been that long.
My son was born 3 days into the first lockdown.
Wow.
And I remember my wife went off to surgery for a C-section. And the doctors and nurses shoved me into this like cupboard to get changed into my scrubs. Then as soon as my son was born, they was like, right, you need to leave. And this is like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. They said, you just have to go. And I wasn't allowed to see him.
Wow.
So then they come home like 4 days later. So just a different experience.
Wow. Yeah, I think that moment, I think nobody was expecting. You didn't know what to expect because we've never been through that. So it was, yeah, every night watch the news, was something that, as I said, I was really in a bad place because I was so anxious. I didn't know what was happening, and it was very difficult. But what I enjoyed the most was every day, 8 p.m., everyone clapping outside the door. That was the window.
With pans and...
Yes.
You're only allowed to stand 2 meters behind someone.
And I remember, actually, I was going for a run sometimes in the evening, and I remember I was in the run, and I could hear people. I was like, there we go, 8 p.m. now.
They're clapping for you. Go on.
I'm like, William, we need the matchbox. Let's do it. Did you enjoy the interview, Adam?
Yeah, I'd like to say I enjoyed meeting new people, and I didn't really know what to expect, but it's been an absolute pleasure.
Thanks again. Thanks for taking the time. Thanks for being so kind and accepting the invitation. And I totally agree with you. I think nowadays, connect with people, the power of saying yes can take you in a direction that you're not expecting. So thanks again for taking the time. It was amazing talking to you and see your passion about your life and your kids and your partner as well. I think about when you talk about them, and it's amazing to see someone expressing their feelings, expressing about whatever bring the best for themselves. So thanks again for being so open. Before you go,
I think the most powerfulest thing any human being can be is just be open with your feelings.
totally. And even more because men, as you know, we don't open very easy about feelings, about things, as you know very well. And I think it's great to talk and to be vulnerable. I think we are just, human being, and we are here to express the way we are for sure, without any judgments, always.
Never judgment. We've all got different journeys, different lives.
Totally. Before you go, Adam, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
It goes back to what I said earlier in the interview. Literally, leave every place better than you found it. Whether it's at home, if you walk into a room and you see some dirty clothes, cups on the side, give them a quick wash, put them away. If you wake up in the morning, make your bed, leave it better than you found it. Go and challenge yourself to say hello to somebody new each day. Tell somebody, ask somebody how they're doing that day, because you could absolutely change that person's life just by saying hello to that person.
Wow.
The fear of rejection is so real that, again, that's your mind telling you. If you get rejected, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
The amount of people, I've only learnt this through working in retail and working in care homes. I've been in front of that many different people from all different types of background. And I can honestly tell you, if you come from a sincere place, anybody will stand alone and talk back to you.
Totally. Yes.
I do it when I go to the cashier at a local shop. As soon as I bag my food, bag my stuff, I pay for my shopping, I'm like, have a good day.
Wow.
Just have a good day. Just tell somebody to have a good day. And the amount of people just stop and they look at you like, just have a good day. I like that top. You've done something different with your hair.
I love that. Amazing. And doing that, brings the best energy back to you for sure.
It's law of attraction. Like, it works. Like, the vibes. Like, I go on about it a lot, but vibes is real in life.
Yeah.
And what you put out into the universe is what you'll get back.
Totally. And it comes back in a bigger proportion, even better.
Some of the opportunities I've had in my life, I never would have done if I wasn't the person I am, which is amazing.
Great. Thanks again. Regards to your kids, regards to your partner as well. And you keep in touch. It was a pleasure to have you on the show, okay? Enjoy.
And you too, buddy. Thank you very much.
Take care, Adam. Bye-bye. Take care. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye-bye. See you next time.